Meeting of the Sherman County Board of Commissioners comes to order, please.
I'll make a motion, we approve our agenda for this morning.
A second.
Been moved and seconded, we approve the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of our meeting on the 9th.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved and seconded, we approve the minutes of February 9th. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.
I'll make another motion that we approve to pay the bills in the amount, there's two different ones. Total is $272,516.87.
A second.
Been moved and seconded, we pay the bills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed. Everyone get a copy of the fire board minutes?
Yes.
Have you read it? Okay.
I have
Oh, yeah.
no discussion.
Nope.
None.
Ashley, you were there, and I understand that they moved some money into reserve.
Not yet. So our auditors come next month, and so when they're here, we'll go over finals, but that was kind of my suggestion.
Okay,
Of how much to send.
Yeah.
To their
it looks like they're still sitting pretty good over
Yeah.
there. Okay.
And the carpet squares and the big room is all done. I think they've got Matt's office and maybe Chief's office done.
Yeah.
And
Looked nice when I was over there.
the sound is different in
Yeah.
there now, so it's very nice. Okay, we have an agreement with Venture Corporation. That's to do the Highway 24 from Old 24 Business Loop to County Road 37.
So basically from east side of Goodland to Brewster,
To
that
the
right?
County line.
county line.
37, I think, is the county line, so. This is what we talked about earlier
Yeah.
when we had the cost share with the state and that found out with the price of asphalt being cheaper, we're able, because we're gonna go to like 31 or 32 is what we thought we could afford, but with the cost of the asphalt cheaper, we could be able to do all the way to the county line.
Do we have to pay that before we get reimbursed from the state? Do you know,
I
Ashley?
don't remember.
I'm
We have the
thinking,
funds if we need to.
Okay.
Because the
For
cost
some
is just,
reason, I'm thinking so.
yeah,
My guess would we
We
do.
pay it and then we get reimbursed by
Yeah.
KDOT.
Okay.
because that we can use the sales tax money.
Correct,
that.
and then the reimbursement would go back into
Right.
that account.
Right. Okay.
Do we need a motion to
Yes.
approve that?
Yes.
And I reviewed that last night, it's their standard
Yeah.
construction.
And it's what we agreed upon at that meeting with them, so, or with Penco. So I make a motion, we approve the agreement for our asphalt overlay
Venture
with
Corporation.
Venture Corporation.
we need to put in the value or the amount that contract is.
It's what,
2,800,000 and 638
Yeah,
approximately. But that we get reimbursed for that, right?
we get reimbursed a
A little over $1 million.
million, yeah.
1.2.
I second.
Been moved and seconded, we approve the contract with Venture Corporation. All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed. Need
Thank you
signature.
for that.
Yeah, Ron.
put a nice highway out front for you. I think they're working on part of it now, aren't they?
The county guys are out.
They're-
Their
they're-
shutters fell out.
Yeah,
They're doing crack seal and,
and fixing some of the low spots.
And the bridge that they're doing on Road 32 is really good. I sneak down there every once in a while, look at it. That's gonna be quite a bridge.
Okay.
need signatures on both of those.
Okay.
Well, I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 26-4. And this is a real opportunity, loan for students.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved and seconded, we approve passing of, I need to work on that. Resolution 26-4. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.
This needs to go to Harvey.
On this tri-leaf contract or
Is that just a
zoning.
notice that their intent to
Yeah,
build?
essentially, it's the notice of their intent that the project is gonna come through here somewhere. And, it's essentially inviting you guys to be present to comment on any historical areas that it may go through. So it's up to you guys if you want to participate or not.
Yeah, and right now their location is southwest of town.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
It didn't look like it's gonna affect anything there.
No.
And surely they've contacted the FAA for airport that their clearance
Yeah, 'cause
is
it's over
fine
like
there.
199
Yeah.
or whatever.
There's no,
There's nothing we need to vote on
Yeah.
that.
okay.
Purely information.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just a radio tower that's going up, just for everybody's notice on that. We could do the roof bids, couldn't we? These are the concrete ones here.
We have 5 on the roof bids. I have one from AP Roofing. The health department roof is $13,753.
I have a bid from Miller Construction Service, $19,640.
Is that for the health department?
Health. That's using 29 gauge.
Mine's for the animal barn from Miller Construction, but I don't know if this, did he ever update it?
That's a revised one.
This is the revised
Yep.
for the upper, complete upper for 13,720. And then he has an alternate, removing wood slats and put 5/8 OSB on it is another 5,000.
Okay, I have the roof for the fairgrounds from AP is $17,775. Replace 20 sheets, each side 40 sheets, approximately 60 inches each, matching the quality metal roofing panels, new drip edge, and eaves on the metal eaves, repair and damage sheeting, includes high temp self-adhesing underlayment.
bid from Weathercraft for the health department of $31,431.30. That was removal and disposal and installation of, and it doesn't say what gauge they have on here. And that includes the eaves, gable, vents, and the ridge.
That was 31,000.
$431.30. And I also have a bid for the, has fairgrounds, main livestock building. And this is from Weathercraft as well. Their bid was $20,086.82.
I have two bids from Flanders. Okay. It is for the health department. They're removing the shingles, install synthetic felt, install 26 gauge drip edge, 26 gauge metal color choice we can have, closure of the ridge and trim for $21,626. And then repair section of the metal, replace the metal on the top area, install synthetic felt, replace existing metal color and gauge, install new drip edge.
I think that was the first bid. And then we've contacted most of these, that the rest of the roof is that, because it doesn't have two sheets, or does that?
That's just the
Oh, it is.
signing sheet. Cause see, now he has the 4-H barn and the roof section. Remove damaged decking, install new 1x4s decking. New decking will be screwed into the trusses. New sheets will be attached. So that's $1,600. So that would be
So what's his total for the fairgrounds?
$13,195. 1,680. $15,175.
Look at these.
Was this AP bid before the roof blew off the rest?
Steve, I see that
They
AP
printed
bid.
in yesterday, I didn't
Okay.
know who they were. I guess so.
Do you know who that is, William?
They look at, they haven't got hold of it.
Well, I'm looking at this one from Flanders. I just want to make sure things are.
On the AP bid, we have to add 10%.
You have to add 10?
Is that right? We have to add 10% because they're out of county.
Or be within 10%.
Yes.
Where are they out of?
Nebraska. Let's do
Just see, their bid only says 20 sheets, 40 sheets total. That's the original bid. That's not, see, that's what we have to specify because we never updated our bid sheet because the rest of the roof blew off.
Yeah, a few days.
So you're
When
gonna,
was that posted? You just have,
226, but it still says 20 sheets, 40 sheets total. There's a lot more than that total out there. And repair damage sheeting. And so
do we have another Miller?
here's Miller's for the fairgrounds.
They have a bid on the health department there too, don't they? 13 something,
Yeah.
AP.
See on the, on the Miller one for the fairgrounds, you can add another 5,000, they'll put on 5/8 OSB board,
Mm-hmm.
which I think would make that a lot more solid of a roof. See, so we're not comparing quite apples to apples on
I
that.
didn't think we would.
Yeah. 'Cause that one I think is pretty solid bid, but if you put the OSB board on, and I think that would be a wise, yeah.
The only thing I've heard before is screws don't stay in OSB as well as pine.
But are they going to screw the roof down? Yeah, they would be screwing the roof down.
Mm-hmm. And is AP's bid comparable to Miller's? Because Miller's would be the lowest at the health department besides AP's.
Yeah. Even if you add the 10% AP,
Still lower.
still lower.
Yeah, Miller's is 19,000, right at 20,000 if you add
Yeah.
the metal. AP's is at 13,700.
But is it 26 gauge metal? Is it specified?
Install 26 gauge
Yeah.
roofing panels, 26 gauge rake, trim ridge, place all vents and jacks with proper materials. Reuse existing gutters and high temp WS self-adhesing underlayment.
We could discuss that more at the end if you want to.
Yeah, I think that
And we
would
could move on
Move
to,
on to these people who come in,
and do the concrete bids.
yes. Mr. Ron,
Wait,
we got
you
new,
have a bid for your concrete?
Yes, we have bids to open.
yeah,
So I gotta do my history lesson every day I come in.
okay,
You notice when you walk up here, that pavilion was built 4 years before this courthouse was, just so you remember that.
No, I wasn't
It'll be
here.
100 years old next year.
It's
Courthouse.
4 years after you were born, right?
Yeah. So that'll be 100 years next
hey,
year.
hey, you know,
So this
I
one's
know,
coming up too.
I'm a little older than him, so,
But anyway, I just thought that was, when you walk up to this courthouse and then you realize that, that pavilion was built before this courthouse was, so that's kind of cool. And that's what we're trying to save.
So you better get a 100th anniversary plan for the building for your courthouse.
It's coming up.
we have 3 bids for concrete.
I have one from Miller Construction for $13,680.
Is that, this contract, that's the cement and the labor to do it all?
It says remove grass under concrete for an 8-foot wide sidewalk at the Fairgrounds Ag Building per specs.
Is that bid? 13?
This one is $13,680.
I have a bid from Cooper Construction, and they list everything 8 foot by 260 feet by 4 inches. A bid of $16,480.
That's 8 foot
That's 8 foot
by 4 inches,
by 4 inches.
okay. I have a bid here from Dan Kinetic, 8 foot by 218 feet by 4 inches to 21,000. What was yours?
$13,680 from Miller, looks like the low bid.
Yeah.
So I make a motion that we approve the bid from Miller's for $13,680.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved and seconded, we approve the bid for the cement around the Fairgrounds Pavilion for $13,680. All in favor, say aye.
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 Pose same sign. Motion is passed. So now, Ron, you know that, it's gonna cost you $13,680.
Guys, I think, we could do that. We have enough to do that. As long as we can get some credit for help with windows later. Do a little negotiating here. But I mean, we can't do the cement. We have enough raised. We could do the cement if we have your approval. We get that, then we'd like to do the painting after we get the cement done. And after we get the painting done, we'd like to do the windows. And we're working on donations and we just keep rolling. But somewhere along the line, we're probably gonna need a little help somewhere, but this one we can cover.
Well, Ashley had made the comment, she likes to paint and maybe have a county work day where people can come out there and paint that base of that pavilion, that 4 or 5 foot surrounding underneath the brick. To do something like that we could,
You sure don't want me to paint, I guarantee you.
we'll have to power wash it before and after both, huh?
Yeah, no, you don't want me to paint. That painting's kind of I think it's great to get volunteer labor, but I want to get somebody that's good volunteer labor, You don't want me to volunteer to paint. That's what I'm trying to
You,
say.
you can put the foreman's hat on,
Okay.
bring your
Okay.
golf cart in and
So how do we handle that, Ashley? If we have the money, do we bring you the money? Is the county gotta pay millers, or do we pay millers, or how does that work?
That's a great question. We can do it either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
County pays it, you
Yeah,
guys
you guys.
reimburse.
We will really
Put it in
first.
like a donation to the fairgrounds.
Okay.
So we'll have to do that through the fund we have.
Okay. And we do appreciate you taking charge of that and redoing and fixing this up. And Ron, we'll do whatever we can do.
I know you guys will.
We will, really.
I know
will.
you guys will, but it's a big project.
It sure is.
But we're getting donations and we got things coming on. And I think we've told you everything we want to do out there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I look at that deal, if we once we get those new windows in, how it's gonna let that light in there, it's gonna change the whole appearance of that
Absolutely.
building. It's just amazing, but we'll keep
I've
plugging
spoken
on.
to a couple of people that are really enthused about revamping and working that, restoring and reserving that building. He said, putting them new windows in would just be a wonderful asset for it to.
It'll look really nice. What do you guys think?
To see that's
Is there any
$63
patching
a
on
foot to
the
put
outside
that
walls that
concrete.
need to be done before we paint?
That's good.
I don't think so. I mean, there's some down low where it's gotten rubbed, but I think the sidewalk will take care
We'll
of that.
take care of that part.
Yeah.
It'll
Okay.
be up
Yeah.
enough that,
Yeah, I think so. So, I don't recall any places that
That would
need
be
addressed
patched in there.
before painting, but
Might be
but
good too.
we
is
could do, I mean, but that'd be pretty minimal.
Get the
to
sidewalk
do.
done and we all meet out there and evaluate, so we can all physically look at it and make some, ideas, suggestions, what we move forward next.
Okay, that'd be great. I think what he was talking about there, I think the part I noticed the most, if you look at the building to the south, there's a spot right south of that door, there's a spot right in there that's kind of chipped up pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be patched and fixed. And yeah, we're still shooting to have a big party at 27 sometime.
yeah,
Good.
But get the building done. I think once we get started, people
People
will
will
see
see.
it.
Right, I think
Yeah.
that'll help.
Yeah, so we'll start with cement and work our way up. So we appreciate you guys.
We thank you guys for taking the initiative to get it
Yep.
going too.
Aaron got all the bids done. He did all the legwork. So I give kudos to him.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody likes Jennifer, and I'm just here to talk. So that's what it is.
is this Jennifer, is he saying this is Beauty and the Beast?
I don't know.
Thank you guys.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you guys.
We'll stay in contact with that. Everybody's fine. Good luck.
You didn't bring your cohort with you, so you must be the,
She's gonna be on the phone.
okay.
But I do have paperwork for you guys. 2 different papers.
First one, does that mean we're supposed to be calling her or?
Yeah, I just don't know if you were calling her on your cell phone or if you were using.
I didn't know you should.
It's 1501.
For her cell phone?
Huh?
For her
Yes.
cell phone?
She has a soft phone.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Good morning, Ms. Stanley. This is Steve. We're in the commissioner meeting. All are in here, the 3 commissioners, Eric and Brett and
Good
Ashley.
morning.
So,
I
good
just wanted to let you know that today we are mailing our 2026 real estate values. Since March 1's on a weekend, we have to mail them a couple days early. And Brooklyn has the papers that show that this year we kept values. We pretty much rolled a lot of stuff from last year, unless they had changes or sold, those kind of things. Ag values some pastures went, values went up $1 an acre, but the majority went down some. And then the one sheet shows by classification what the increases or decreases were. And I just wanted to remind you guys that when people call you, to tell them to call us. They have till April 1 to schedule an informal meeting with us. And I encourage everybody to look at their notices. You know, we're human, make sure we didn't make any mistakes, or if they just look at it and don't understand, that's what we're here for, is to explain it. So I just wanted to give you guys that reminder, and to let you know, yesterday I testified on House Bill 2440 at the Senate. I testified on the House in January, and it's a bill that would give county appraisers the authority to make the exemption on low production oil leases instead of having to go to the Board of Tax Appeals. Sometimes the board takes a year or two to give us a notice, and then we have to do big abatements. And this would let us eliminate that process and just do the exemption once they qualify. So the House passed it 119-0, and hopefully the Senate will pass it.
Okay.
That's
very
all I
good.
had.
Thank you. I have a couple of questions. Of course, I think Brooklyn can answer them. Over here on the sheet I'm looking at is the market rated values related to the appraisers. Like ag land is down, is that 5.8%?
Yes.
And then the residential is only increased by 0.1%?
Yeah, so that,
Yes, so we rolled values on residential unless they had any changes, you know, any buildings remodeled, or and by changes, it might be something that we had corrected on our data or the property has sold. So otherwise, they stayed the same.
Okay. Yeah, because really I'm not seeing a whole lot of increases. You know, farm homesteads went down 0.8%, and exempt was the only one that was really up very high, and that was 1.5%. So, and your vacants were 1.4. So,
Yes, and exempt properties, we only value those at cost, so they go by replacement cost, new less depreciation. Where that's the way we value commercial also, but commercial we're looking more at market value, so we have a little more options. And on exempt, we just pick cost. So yeah, the cost, you know, replacement cost is usually what's been going up the last 5 years. So, you know, those kind of standards that those change.
okay.
So yeah, and then on that same sheet that shows the 25 versus 26 values, on to the right it shows you what new construction we had. So, and I have another county calling me. They scheduled their meeting at the same time as you guys, so I will let you go, and Brooklyn can answer any questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I think she was talking about this one, where it shows the new construction. What was new construction for this year? From like top one is 2025 versus 2026 values.
Does that include some of the new things going on right now?
As
Or
of
they're-
January 1, 2026. So if
So-
it wasn't there,
So nothing's, we seeing some new construction going on, that's not included yet?
No.
Okay.
and that will be 2027
Okay.
probably. Yep. And some of it is partial construction in the value, because we value what's there January 1.
What's there
Right.
the day you, okay.
So I did notice that the land values went down. Is there a reason why it dropped?
The ag land, they take an 8-year average, so I'm not sure if they're just
Well, we're
dropping.
running out of water on some of them.
Oh.
And you know, what they valued it at several years ago, and now, you know, it's gone down. You know,
Production,
commodities,
too.
there's
Production.
several things that add into that.
Yeah.
That,
I said I'm not sure.
Because it went down last year too.
yeah. And some of it is not as many buyers are out there quite as much. So, you know,
Okay.
but it'd only take one or two land sales to boost that thing way back up there, so.
Any other questions?
I don't have any questions.
okay.
Thank you for putting that together.
Yes.
Pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, if
One year to
if
the next.
anything, people can say, well, you know, well, you raised my taxes so much on this. Well, you know, look at our track record of where we've been, and if you're looking at you know,
Appraised value is still pretty flat. It's not
Yeah.
changing that much, is it?
Well, sales are coming through, but we're trying to keep them
Right.
affordable too. We take into consideration the sale, but also if they've had changes. We don't want to keep raising them too much.
No, thank you, what you guys do.
very good.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Good one.
Marilyn, you want a copy of this? You could put it in the paper, maybe make us look a little better.
You're working with me, you're not gonna make me look any better. Jennifer, please.
Good morning.
How are you guys?
Good.
Good. Well, I'm here again this year. I've been busy applying for all of my, they're called aid to local grants. They're kind of my consistent grants that are offered through the state of Kansas. So, pretty consistent. I brought the last 2 signature pages in, let's see, yeah. Well, they consider the 2025. It was in 2024. We got about 70,787. Last year was 73,405, and this year I'm applying for $73,078. So just a few $100 reduction in one of the grants that the state offers. Not that I would pass it up, but pretty consistent year to year. So it's not an all-inclusive of all the grant funding that comes in the office. WIC, we receive about $130,000 annually, but it's federal, so it's on a different fiscal cycle. So we also take advantage of other smaller grants that are offered throughout the year. That is not going to be included on this page. So I just need a chairman's signature and a vote on those, but I'll pass those last 3 years around so you can see those.
Did you get all of your grants last year that you applied for?
And then some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
That's a nice thing that helps that a lot is that the continually funding it with them grants makes your job.
Yeah, there were some threats that some of the grants were going to be reduced, but honestly, I probably received more than what the signature page shows from last year, just because they did make funding available, and then I took advantage of some other smaller grants that were offered through some different programs. So I don't expect any changes this year. I just was notified we're going to receive about another $800 for the family planning that will be available here in the next couple months. One thing I did want to share in addition to that is the state of Kansas is going to be having what they're calling Pulse of Public Health Commissioner's Guide. I think it's tailored more so towards newer commissioners, but any of you can attend these. They're on Friday afternoons over the lunch hour. So, but they're small little virtual trainings just to help you understand public health funding and your role as commissioners and whatnot. So if you want to attend, you will have an email. The link, for some reason, they did not put on the form, but I will pass those around to you, and I'll give Ashley one as well. But the link to register for those will be in your email. I will be attending those as well, so if you do have any questions or you want to discuss something, I'll know what you're talking about. The other funding opportunity that's been presented is the Rural Health Transformation Program, and it's been pushed out from the federal government. It's millions of dollars of funding for rural health care. So I know our hospital's been heavily involved in some of the informational meetings and whatnot. I know the secretary and the governor's big push right now is for more regionalization or regional services. So our county does a really good job of that already, where we provide WIC for 6 counties. We're doing childcare licensing for 6 counties. We do the LEPG program, which we all share a county sanitarian with 12 counties in Northwest Kansas. Ryan Murray, we share him with 3 counties. So we're doing a really good job at that as well. But there's always going to be some opportunities. So if those present themselves, it would mean funding for the next few years to sustain that. And then beyond that, we'll have to find some sort of, figure out what works and what doesn't. But I'll definitely be looking into that closer with some other counties, with our hospital and whatnot, and include you when those opportunities present themselves. So.
Appreciate that.
And we need a motion on these
Yes.
grants. So I make a motion that we allow Steve to sign the grant application pages for Jenny and the health department.
A second.
Been moved and seconded, we approve the grant application. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.
So the deadline for those aid to locals is March 15th, so I'll be turning them in. I've got all the applications finished. I just have to upload the signature page and turn it in. So in the next week or two, I'll be doing that. And if you ever have any questions about any of the programs that we do that are
You
grant
need a
funded,
copy of
you're
this,
always
Ashley,
welcome to
Okay, thank you for doing all that.
ask. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right.
While you're here, we are looking at the roof bids for your building down there.
Okay.
And we had talked about color, and it's come up that maybe the copper won't look as good because of the green. What about a brown? What about just staying brown on it?
I am not an interior or exterior designer by any means. Yeah, I just had some complaints of, you put a copper roof with the green doors and the green windows and the green tint on the side with the orange on the garage, and it's all going to be. So I don't know what the answer is.
You can give your input. We haven't decided.
Because you
nothing
sure
yet.
don't wanna ask me, cause
And I'm probably the wrong. I would love to do the green everywhere, but it doesn't make it like I talked to Kevin about. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to replace the green or the orange on the garage to green when there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
but yet
or
it
vice
doesn't
versa,
match.
even going around and changing all the green.
So when that garage was constructed, I don't know if you were. I don't think you were. None of you were on the board at that time, but there were only 3 colors available during COVID. It was the copper, white, and black, which is why the copper and the white was chosen for the garage part. We might need to get some opinions from people that know what they're.
I'll ask somebody I know that.
Yeah, maybe take a poll. I don't know what the answer is there. I know the metal. I know Steve, you said that's going to.
Well,
be
you
more.
have to drive up and look at it, so we're.
Well, so
looking
does
at-
everybody else in
Yeah,
town.
but-
So.
But you're under the roof, so.
Yeah.
You would prefer to match the doors with a green? With a dark green?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to do green on the building, then have the orange on the garage, which is connected, right? So that's kind of where it's a struggle of what do you do?
See, my thought was it's got brown shingles on it now. Do you just go back to brown metal so you don't change the look of the building? Just leave it as is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have that answer either, but
Yeah.
we're gonna have to come up with one because we need to approve a bid and get it done.
Right. Yeah. I'll ask some people that I trust their opinions, or we can look at it a little closer here in
Okay.
the next week, if
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah,
We have some time.
yeah, but we
Okay.
just be, when we approve it, we need to give them a color so they can order the
Right.
metal.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Light brown, dark brown, medium brown,
I know.
how many,
Does the brown clash with the orange? I don't know. Right? I'm not.
Brett, what's your opinion?
Do one sheet of every different color.
there you go.
Well, I figured you could throw purple in there and you'd have a Mardi Gras building. Yeah, hold on. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Well, maybe
but-
we'll get back with you
Okay.
soon, okay?
Yeah. I'll.
But you
Almost done.
might kind of get the opinion down there too, and then we'll
Right.
touch base with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay?
Very good.
Thank you very
thank
much.
you. Mr. Man. You can come up too, Austin. We got new soft chairs and everything.
Yeah.
But you didn't get me without arms, I think we fit.
They're detachable.
Oh, okay. Because I had a few things, just some updates. One thing, I guess the biggest thing I needed to talk to you guys about is we found out a more definite answer. The individuals that we house waiting to go to Larnard, or that we set on at the hospital going to Larnard, we can charge and get reimbursed for that at a fairly substantial rate. I think the last Michelle was figuring it's about $40,000 we might be able to get back I was wondering if there was a way to put that back into some sort of a line item or something in our budget to use for training equipment and such like that.
I don't
So
know.
I've talked with Ashley about it, and our suggestion would be in, under the gen equipment reserves, EMS has has a line item under that already. And so instead of just creating a whole nother fund and things like that, we could utilize an existing fund that's already there. And so any of those reimbursements from Warren State Hospital would go in there for the purpose of equipment. But they need your approval to do that.
Sounds like a good idea to me, or
Oh,
I need to
problem.
reinvent the
Yeah.
wheel.
I'll make a motion. We allow reimbursements to go back to a special line for you to use.
A second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.
And when he's talking at a significant rate, it's $40 an hour
$40 an hour for the ones
at the
that are
jail.
waiting at the jail. And then for the ones that we were waiting on the competency screening for, it's $100 a day. So, I mean, it's gonna add up pretty quick on some of these people we sit on for several days at a time. And that 40,000 was just, we went back and figured it from last January when I took over till now. That's not like anything past that, other than there was the
One
competency
competency,
screening that we talked to Brett about when we went back to
2022.
22.
Okay.
Legislation allows you to go back to 22, and we had one individual that was there for over a year.
Yeah,
So
so,
at
Okay.
$100 a day, that adds up.
That adds
Yeah,
up
it
real
does.
quick.
Yeah.
especially the hourly thing when we're sitting at the hospital and stuff
Well,
like
you might
that.
as well get it and use it back to things you're needing, so, yeah.
So, and then the other thing, I just had a few updates I was gonna let you get, or share with you guys. One of you, I don't remember, I think it was you asked me the other day about the white pickup. We took down the JR Audio, and they switched some equipment out over it. And that they got a message yesterday, it should be done next week.
That's,
The KHP, yeah.
Oh, yeah, when you purchased
Yes,
last,
yes.
okay.
So it should be done, hopefully we'll go down next week. I actually talked to Rex Jamison, the fire department has a truck down there also at the same place. So I think we're gonna carpool and pick them both up at one time and
there you go.
get those back, so. The two that we have at the academy right now, they're doing all right, I think they're in their 5th week right now, so. We still got a ways to go, but talked to them yesterday and they got OC sprayed training yesterday, so they weren't feeling real well last night. We would like to, or want to update our sidearms, with some newer ones that have optics on them and such. I got a bid from GT Distributors, who we traded our evidence guns into. They will take our old guns in on trade, and for 10 new guns, the difference would be about $6,600. That would put us all, these are, I believe we got these in 20 when I was here the first time. So, and then it'll be about another $2,600 or so for new holsters, because the holsters won't fit, unfortunately, with the optics on them. I was gonna utilize some of the commissary money for that, so it wouldn't.
I don't see a problem.
I don't
You've got the money there, so.
Yeah.
But it'll, I don't remember the exact numbers on statistics. I think they said that the officer involved shootings with optics on guns, like the percentage used to be like around 30%, it went up to 80%, so it's a big benefit, under stress, I guess. Austin and I went over and demoed some and we struggled, I guess, trying to learn a new thing, but it's just, it's just
Yeah,
a
it's
learning curve.
Part of it.
So,
So how many would you get then?
there'll be 7 with the optics on them for the full-time people.
Yeah.
And then we've got 3 part-time people that were,
So 10,
it'd be 10 total, but
Yeah.
3 of them wouldn't have the optics on them,
right,
so.
Okay.
That would get everybody back and going, so.
Question for you on that. You've got 3 part-time people, but you've got 2 in the academy that are coming up. Do you want to just go with 10 with optics on it right away? Because you can give those the two that are coming in and, you know.
Yeah, I
I'm
thought about
just-
that. The learning curve, I think, is a little harder for the optics for somebody that, you know, is only part-time. You know, it's a whole different site, I guess, picture
Right.
type thing. So that's why I went with that. And plus they're, about $300 a piece cheaper without the optics on them.
Okay,
So you're really saying you don't feel they all need it right now?
I don't feel, no, and that's having the two new ones that are in the academy with the optics on them, so.
okay,
We've got two of the jail staff that are part-time certified for when they do on transports and they can serve papers in the jail and stuff like that. Or one that is, and one that's scheduled to go to the academy to be part-time, so.
okay then.
So that was my thinking on that anyways, so. I think that's really all I had. If you guys got any questions for us, or
Everything else over the jail, okay?
knock on wood, it seems to be.
Okay. Got a lot of the repairs
We did get
done.
that toilet back, or when it was used. Austin dropped it off in Hayes with Glassman. We took it up to the VOTEC here and they couldn't find the leak in it. And then we took it down there and he was able to hook it up to some of their stuff and found it.
Okay.
Got it fixed and back pretty quickly, so everything's over there as
Is that a
far as I
stainless
know
steel?
of. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was where the stainless steel and copper came together. It was kind of but that was that when I told you guys that I think that we were trying to fix instead of buying a really new.
And were you gonna order a new vehicle this year too?
Yes, I'm actually gonna go out and talk to Printer. I've got an appointment to talk to him this
Okay.
afternoon.
I knew that was coming up. It was about this time last year. You
Yeah.
brought some bids into us, so, okay.
I do have one question, and it's probably not really a big issue, but we do have people in our county that want to make sure that we are cooperating with ICE. Do we cooperate with ICE fully?
Yeah, for everything we've had to deal with so far, we have there.
Okay. That's the answer I would give them as well,
Yeah,
but
I
I
mean,
want to
yeah.
reassure our public that we do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best way to answer that, Harvey, is we are following both state and federal law.
Okay.
Yeah, they're. Talk to them on a regular basis.
Okay.
Very good.
I was real, figured that
Yeah.
100%, but I wanted to make sure.
I don't have anything else.
I do
If
not.
You got any time, come in and see us.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you both for all you do.
Did we vote? Do we need to vote on trading those?
Guns in?
Yes, yes. And you made the motion to approve the line item, right?
Right.
Yes.
So,
But we need a motion on his purchase of this.
So I'll make a motion that we purchase the new guns with the trade-in for the sheriff's department.
I'll second the motion.
been moved and seconded. We approve the trade with the company
What's the name of your company?
GT Distributors.
distributors. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Anything else?
Go back to
We're
our,
back where we were, huh?
We still take time for public comments?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
do.
do.
Go ahead.
All right, so I just want to ask a question. Who decides about raising property taxes?
The state.
The state does,
Yeah.
and then it gets passed
It-
down?
The state creates the, I don't know, algorithm or whatever
Formula.
to create the property taxes. We as a county have no,
You have no,
No
you
control.
don't have a part in determining
No.
that? Okay, so is it different based on county, from county to county? Do you know that? Or is it just,
it's more of a region, I think, the region to region than, you know.
Well, and it also depends too, you know, we do on the mill levy, but not on the valuation.
okay, yeah,
So that's a question for the appraiser
okay.
on the
The mill,
on the
On the
appraisal
oh,
side.
on the appraisal side, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, I was just curious, so I wasn't sure.
Very good.
about that.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. You can come up, William, if you want.
I've got some other information on the roofs.
Okay,
Okay,
The insurance adjuster has just called me before the meeting started that he will be here Tuesday afternoon. So if you guys wanna table the fairground stuff until then.
and to see exactly what we're
see
getting
what-
out there.
What we are really getting at. And when he calls me, he's gotta be in Salina Tuesday morning. When he leaves Salina, he will call me and let me know. But he figures Tuesday afternoon, then I can call one of you, whichever one of you wants to be out there when he's there.
I think it'd be a great idea because, that way we're apples to apples on what we're looking at.
Or another recommendation, whether we should peel that,
Rest of that,
set the roof off and redeck it, or do we go over it, or do we just slat it?
I know what Kevin and I looked at a lot of them 1x12s up there. They
Starting
are
to-
starting to split and crack.
That's why the screws weren't holding.
yeah.
It's all old and rotted. But you gotta remember, you don't have to have a deck under all of that metal. Metal will self-support itself
Right.
on your screw lines, but your screw lines need to be good wood. And you could go on top of that existing roof, or you could take that off. So there's several ways we could go with it. And maybe one more opinion from our appraiser out there to see what he recommends. And I was talking to Ashley yesterday. We're pretty sure with 2 different damages, we're going to lose $5,000 each time for our deductible. So, but the price is not as high as I thought it would be. So it's something we got to fix. We can't keep putting a Band-Aid on this roof and
But-
have it blow off
Right.
again.
But I think finding out what the adjuster says and, insurability, if we just
Right.
kind of bandage it back and then the aesthetics of it and everything, if we have to replace more of them boards
Yeah.
and take some of
Or
that off.
just, at least, like I said, just another opinion and idea, and then we could come back, we could call a meeting,
Right,
and we could decide on both of them too. Gives us a little time to talk about the color of the roof at the health department too, if you want. But you are gonna be gone. coming
No,
up.
I'll be here, I probably won't be able to write, I'm gonna try to be here.
Okay,
we'll have him practice making these X with his
Yeah.
left hand, so.
My operation's on the 3rd, so I can't, I'll try to be here anything after that if I'm able.
that's fine.
There's a couple things that just in my mind here. Okay, so we've opened the bids.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we're gonna go out and issue or ask them to rebid.
No, what we're looking at is the insurance adjuster and just his opinion on
Well,
the roof.
if we need more done though, then it wouldn't be fair to any of these companies to say, to lock them into this price if we're expecting them to do more work.
Right.
And it's not fair to them, even if they combine their bids. So like AP his bid may included both of those buildings. And so he's thinking I can save money if I'm coming down to two
Do
buildings on
both.
both. And so now each one of these kind of companies know what the other one has bid out. And so I'm not for sure legally where we would stand on that as far as opening bids and not accepting them.
So you don't have to accept it, and you can close it and put it back out for bid.
And so that's what we would have to do if we don't accept a bid
Yeah.
today, is
It-
that
it-
correct?
No, no.
No?
If we table the
If
motion,
you table the discussion and wait and determine what's out there, and if your insurance adjuster says, well, I think what you have here is fine, and it's just a matter of what was already bid, then you can take it back up for a vote. If it's not gonna match the specs of what was previously bid, then you decline those and reopen it for another bidding process for the specifics of what it is we need done.
we would only reopen it to those that,
The overbid?
or that can, everybody
You'd
can,
have to reopen it to everybody.
okay.
But right now, AP is the lowest on the health department, and Miller's is the lowest at the fairgrounds.
Yes.
So, I mean, he wouldn't get the whole bid if we went with lowest bid.
For AP.
So, but he didn't specify in there if he doesn't get the whole thing, he rejects
Right.
Yeah.
his bid. And if he would reject it, then we would go to the next lowest. You know,
And AP's, in my figures, he's still under the 10%. Since he's not local, we have to add 10% in there.
and he would also have to be licensed in the city of Goodland.
Yes.
Or in the state of Kansas, so.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as the health department, that's what we'd go ahead and do, make a motion to accept AP's bid, as long as he meets the criteria of licensing and
Yes.
bonding.
Mm-hmm. And then we need to give him the color.
Yeah.
Well, since he's the lowest bid, I will make a motion to go ahead and accept AP's bid for $13,753 for the health department roof.
I'll second that motion.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the bid from AP Roofing to do only the health department, once we give him the color of the shingles. All in favor, say aye.
I
Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed. So,
And then
I
for,
take that back. Flanders is actually cheaper at the fairgrounds. His is 50.
Oh.
What did you say his total was? 15,175.
yes.
And that just includes that's not a decking. That's just
Remove and replace metal. Okay. Decking at the 4-H building. Remove 480 or 840 linear feet of damaged decking. Install 840 feet of new 1x4s.
see. I don't think he was gonna deck the whole thing. He was gonna 1x4 it
Right.
where the screws go. So when you're underneath, you're gonna see the metal.
Okay.
what I'd like to do on the fairgrounds is table that until we hear from the insurance company.
Yeah,
And then decide if we
And
can
then-
accept these bids or have to rebid.
yeah. Get his opinion.
I just thought I'd let you guys know what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So-
just move that we table that at this time and wait till we hear from the insurance company.
And then would bring that one back up for discussion.
Yes.
Contact AP with a color.
Yep.
As soon as we can.
Yep.
I'm good with that.
And are there, on the shingles, on the colors, do we have samples or can we get samples to?
Like the brown, like if we
Yeah.
did go with the brown, maybe we could pick something out. I don't know. Maybe he could send something to us
Yeah.
as a color choice and we could pick it.
Yeah, I think that, have somebody take a look at that and, even if I don't like to have them send in a picture, but even if we had to have a picture of it,
Yeah.
okay.
And maybe what we could do, we could call him and tell him he has the bid. And that gives him a chance to say, okay, I was planning on both, not just one. and then we'll give him a color choice Tuesday or something, or you said you're leaving, you're leaving then,
My surgery's on the 3rd,
okay?
and you could probably call me that afternoon or something like that. I mean, I just won't
We
be
could
back
give
in
you,
town.
we could give you a call.
Yeah.
We might just call a special meeting to discuss, get the color sent for that, and then decide after William meets. And I can go out and meet with you too, and then we can call a meeting and decide what we wanna do with that. I think we need to get going though,
Yeah.
cause we have an open roof.
We got a lot of
On
stuff
the
going
fairgrounds.
on out there too.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen it? There's,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's,
you can see a lot of sky when you're standing in the beef barn there.
most of that's all metal though, so if it gets moisture, it's not gonna hurt very much.
Yeah.
So,
And I guess if that's what it takes to bring some rain,
that's right.
we'll do
Just
it.
on that special meeting, if it's on the 3rd, do late afternoon,
okay,
if all possible.
Okay.
Surgery should be at 11:30, so I should be hopefully available
okay.
in the afternoon. Yeah, but
We have a motion to table.
So I'll make a motion, we table the bids for the fairgrounds roof until after the insurance adjuster gives input.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. We table the bids for the fairgrounds roof. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.
I got one other thing I'd like to ask you guys. I've been hearing things on the stock car people that they have not been able to get insurance yet. So they don't know if they'll be even racing this year. But I've got other people that's asking for dates that they have asked for. Should I be letting the dates out? Or should I keep on hanging on to them? Or they don't have no contract signed with us or nothing yet, so
Well, always in the past, we've worked kind of a first come, first serve. And if they haven't made a commitment to it, we can open it up so that we know that the fairgrounds can have some use. So my personal opinion is I just, if they haven't got a date and haven't got insurance, we need to let other people come in and see what can be done.
I do believe they're looking at their finances right now and trying to determine how they can afford the insurance.
The racing association.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to figure out, how they can do that.
Do they have tentative dates right now?
they've got the attended dates penciled into the calendar, so we don't have nothing booked on them.
But you have one or two that are
Yeah,
possible other events.
right.
I think at this point though, I think I'd leave it up to William to make that decision that,
But maybe put a timeline on it, the next 30 days or so to,
Let's see, I called them after the last meeting and asked, and they were supposed to kind of know what they were gonna do by the end of this month.
How soon
Because
as the
I
other
told her-
people need to
Told them I
know?
needed to know just as soon as possible, because I have other people that was looking at dates, and some of the dates were the dates that they had picked.
was that this week, last week, was it recently? You've talked to him?
Well, whatever.
This is March.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Been their first part of February at the meeting.
Did those other people have deadlines that they needed to know?
One of them is Jacob Dipper, and he's wanting it for the mud bog event.
Okay.
So he would like to start, I'm sure, advertising.
Yeah, see, I think
On everybody's schedule.
they need to get their date set.
And then I had one person that was wanting to rent the ag building out for a get-together party or something. And they told me what date, well, that date's kinda spoken for right now, but and that's the reason why I'm asking. I don't wanna be giving their dates out if,
Yeah,
Next meeting's on the 9th, right? March
Is
9th?
that too late?
Could you get a hold of the race car organization and tell them that we need to know
If they
by
don't
the
have a
9th
contract to
if
it,
they are
yeah.
going to go forward or not?
alright,
And then at that time, we'll take whatever comes.
okay,
And then we will hold their dates until the 9th.
alright.
And if they're saying they're moving forward, then that's fine. If not, then
yeah.
we're not held up. Okay?
Okay,
Sounds good.
all right. Solve that problem.
Do you have anything else?
no, I
Okay.
think that's it.
Well, what about here remodeling here in the building?
They were, on the water line system, they are pretty much got all the water lines ran downstairs. They were getting ready to do a test on everything that they've got ran through. They needed to pump 100 pounds of air into the line
Mm-hmm.
and then let it set so long to see if it drops, then if it drops, then they'll have to start going back, checking all their connections. But they've pretty much got most of that all done, I think, downstairs and everything. And they've started up in the pipe chase down here in the storage closet, going up to
They're
third,
starting to run
second floor.
piping up.
Yeah.
But none of the bathrooms have been torn up
Not
yet and started, okay?
Not yet.
Okay.
Way it sounds, if everything went fine, they were going to maybe try to get water put into the lines maybe next week or so, 2 weeks or whatever. But they've been moving right along fairly. And they've been trying to work with the court system whenever there's going to be court and everything to not make too much noise.
And have they given us a projected timeline of when this is complete?
No.
Okay.
Not yet, they haven't, but like I said, they're moving right along, so.
Keep us posted.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you,
Thank
Wayne.
you.
Yep.
Okay, this is quarterly monitoring reports for the new county landfill and the old county landfill. Summary sheets on all three of them say that, they're consistent with historical data and no other concerns of water quality at this time. What all three evaluations were. You want to look at these?
Probably the same as last year.
Yeah. Yep. I got one from Scottsdale, Arizona, and this is just a camera system. Remote areas that network nearby. I'll give this to Eric. Yep. And one from the western Kansas.
I got a question. Was Aaron gonna contact Miller's for the concrete bid? Is that something,
I can email it to you.
okay. And this AP company, who will contact them?
For the roof on the,
Are we contacting them now or waiting until we have color?
Should we wait till color on Tuesday? Okay.
I can call them initially and just say
We
Yeah,
accepted
bid.
your bid for only the health department, but we will get back to you on a color. Okay.
maybe they can send color.
Yeah, if he could send some
Email.
color samples.
this is from the Western Kansas Child Advocate Center in Scott City, and they're just our appreciation for the $15,000 contribution. And High Plains Mental Health, I think, is just the quarterly report of their meetings.
They're still building that place in Hayes.
Yes.
Have we heard if, we haven't had any updates on that, if they're open yet?
I don't see anything in here yet. No, there's nothing in here yet, so imagine they'll let us know when they. Okay.
Had one other thing that we talked about last meeting about inclement weather for the staff. And what I'd like to propose is that we don't put a number of days on that. That if we have to close the courthouse because of inclement weather, that our employees would get paid for that day. And the people who have to work, then they can take that day for a different time or a later time.
So it would basically be like 8 hours of comp time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and so whatever the courthouse people get, those that are continuing working,
EMS.
Would have those days later on when it's available.
what about our shift people though? The ones that are like
EMS and law enforcement.
EMS, law enforcement, do they still get the same thing?
If they're not on shift,
Yeah,
I'd just say the ones that were on shift, if it affects their workday, and we're the ones are, it's a weather type deal, and they're on shift, and they would get that. But if they were not scheduled for shift, they would not. It's just if it affects their workday.
But if they're on shift, they're no matter what.
Yeah. So.
That's the.
That's what I'm saying. If they're on shift, it would affect them.
yeah, because otherwise they'd get the day off, but they can't.
That's right.
So they can take a vacation day,
Later on.
yeah, or like just a comp day.
Now, it hasn't affected us very often.
No.
Maybe a couple days that I can remember since we've been here, but I just think being open and honest to and fair to our employees
And
that,
it's easier to make the call, on closing, and it's fair to everybody.
yeah. And I think we'd have to add that to a policy, is that correct?
yeah, so if you guys would say how you would like it, then I would work with, Hinkle Law Group and get it drafted, and then you guys can approve that, the new revision formally at another meeting.
Okay.
And right now, we have one day. Is that correct?
Yes.
We have one day, and I'd just like to leave that no really set days, if
That
we have to
just-
be closed 3 days because of the weather.
Any time that the
Yeah.
courthouse is closed because of weather.
Yep.
Are you okay with that,
Yep.
Steve? Can you change that, Ashley, and then bring that back to us? Okay. You see any problem with that, Brent? Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably a good way to handle it and get it changed, and let's be done with it, so.
But I did make the motion, so we probably have to approve the motion, don't we? Or is this a gentleman agreement?
Well, we'd make the motion when you bring the paperwork to us.
Okay,
For the new policy. we
Yeah.
make the motion
We'll
for that.
make a policy change then.
okay.
Okay. Anything else needs to be?
I did have one other thing too. I talked to Rod Roeder one day, and he said there is a lot of unwanted things coming to the landfill, concrete, metal, C&D, and it's really tearing up the baler. They're constantly have to be out there working on the baler.
Because they're putting it in dumpsters instead
Uh-huh.
of.
And he goes, if it doesn't change, he's gonna propose a tipping fee increase charge. And so best thing to do is campaign I don't know if the city can do something, but it needs to be told that we're getting too much unwanted waste in these dumpsters.
Undesirable waste.
Undesirable.
Yeah.
Well, unprocessable, because
Yeah,
you
okay.
can't, it won't go through the baler without damaging it.
Right.
And so he's always got the mechanics out there working on it.
I know in the past, we asked the city to send a letter with them in the bill. You know, reminding people what they should put in the dumpsters and what they shouldn't. Now, I'm not in the city, so I'm not for sure if that letter had gone out or not. But we could ask the city to please do that.
I think they do it every so often, but one thing is they put a newsletter, but I think a lot of people don't read it.
Goes in with that brick that they.
And then I've also noticed around town, you'll see Redlands writing on the dumpsters, you know, like no metal, no C&D, it's dumpsters they've had problems with.
Okay.
But that doesn't stop it.
I know we've had to replace the blades out there, or the rods,
Yeah,
a couple times, and that is an expensive
yeah.
expense.
He
for
says
us.
right now he's been out quite a bit lately fixing the bolts on the blades.
Yeah.
It
Just the
it
bolts are
breaks them
pretty
off.
expensive.
Yeah, and it's a lot of work, and it's breaking them off. So
Well, and it's pretty simple, either people need to start abiding by that, or the cost is just gonna go up.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that's gonna trickle, so if our costs go up because we're constantly having to put money into that.
Yeah.
Cost to rent one of your contractors are all gonna go
Yeah.
up, the cost that the city charges for those dumpsters is gonna go up, so.
it's it's open, but Rod might be coming in to talk to us on that, and he just wanted me to be aware. So I thought I'd let you guys know that is an issue.
Okay.
I don't have anything else, so
I don't at this time.
I don't at this time either.
make a motion, we adjourn our meeting.
My second.
Been moved and second, we adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.